Imagine leading a World Cup semifinal for 35 straight minutes and still walking off the pitch with nothing. No trophy, no final, no redemption. Just heartbreak again. That is exactly what happened to England on the night of July 15th. Okay? And if you think this was just another loss, wait until you hear how it actually unraveled, because the story behind this collapse is far darker than the scoreline suggests. 2 goals in 6 minutes ended England's dream, and one man orchestrated both of them without even scoring himself. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly why Argentina keeps doing this to everyone, why England's game plan quietly betrayed them, and why what happened in the final 10 minutes at Atlanta Stadium will be talked about for years. Stick around, because the details most people missed are about to change how you see this entire match. Before we go further, if you love breaking down football the way it actually deserves to be broken down, hit that subscribe button and tap the like on this video right now, because Goal Verdict is where we turn 90 minutes of chaos into a story that actually makes sense. And trust me, this one has layers you have not heard anywhere else. Let's rewind to kickoff at Atlanta Stadium. The clock reads 7 p.m. Eastern Time in the United States. And the tension inside that stadium is already unbearable before a single ball is kicked. This is not just any semifinal. Argentina and England share a rivalry soaked in history, politics, and old wounds that never fully healed, and both sets of fans know it. From the very first whistle, the match turns physical. Bodies hit the turf, tempers flare. Teams pick up yellow cards before halftime even arrives. It is not free-flowing football in the opening half. It is a battle for territory and nerve, and for a long stretch, neither side manages to truly threaten the goal. Then comes the 55th minute, and everything changes. Anthony Gordon finishes off a low cross from Morgan Rogers, and suddenly England are ahead 1-0. The English fans inside that stadium erupt. So for the first time all tournament, it actually looks like this could be England's night. And here is where the story gets interesting, because what England does next is the single biggest talking point of the entire match. Instead of pushing forward to kill the game, head coach Thomas Tuchel pulls his team deeper. He shifts the shape defensive. He tries to protect the lead rather than extend it. On paper, that sounds like a smart, disciplined decision. In practice, against this particular Argentina squad, it is almost a fatal mistake, and you are about to see exactly why. Because here's something most fans do not realize about Argentina in this tournament. This was not the first time they clawed their way back from the brink. Earlier in the competition, Cape Verde pushed them all the way to extra time. Egypt raced out to a 2-goal lead against them before Argentina somehow found a miracle comeback. Even Switzerland, playing a man down, forced them into extra time in the quarterfinal. 4 straight knockout matches, 4 moments where Argentina looked genuinely beatable, and 4 times they refused to die. So, when England sat back with a 1-goal cushion, alarm bells should have been ringing, because this Argentina team thrives exactly in these situations. Coach Lionel said it best after the match, admitting that his team plays its best football precisely when facing adversity. When there's blood in the water, as he put it, Argentina goes for it. And go for it they did. As the match wore on, one man began to take over the game, not through pace, not through power, but through sheer footballing intelligence. Lionel Messi, at this stage of his career, was never going to outrun the England back line, but he did not need to. What he did instead was quietly dictate the rhythm of the entire second half, pulling England's shape apart, piece, waiting patiently for the exact moment to strike. And in the 85th minute, that moment arrived. Messi threaded a pass that Enzo Fernandez met with a long-range strike, and just like that, the scoreline was level. The stadium, which had been leaning England's way for almost 30 minutes, flipped instantly. You could feel the momentum shift in real time. Now, here is where most matches would simply end in a draw. Extra time, penalties, the usual drama. But this Argentina side does not do ordinary endings. Deep into injury time and the 92nd minute, Messi delivered yet another assist, this time setting up Lautaro Martinez for a headed finish that sealed the match 2-1. 2 Messi assists, 2 goals in the space of 6 minutes, and an England side left utterly stunned on the pitch. Harry Kane, England's captain, summed up the collapse honestly afterward, admitting his team had done everything right for 60 minutes, taken the lead, deserved to be ahead, and then simply lost their grip on the game, unable to keep the ball or apply pressure, which allowed Argentina to build unstoppable momentum. So let's actually break down why England lost, because it goes deeper than just 2 late goals. The real story is about game management under pressure. Tuchel's decision to retreat after taking the lead invited Argentina onto the front foot at the exact moment Messi needed space to operate. Instead of forcing Argentina to chase the game, England allowed them to slowly strangle it. Defensively, England's backline held strong for long stretches, but the moment fatigue set in during the final 15 minutes, the gaps that opened up were exactly the kind Messi has spent 2 decades learning to exploit. This was not a case of England being outclassed. It was a case of a small tactical hesitation being punished by the most ruthless closing sequence in world football. On the other side, the numbers tell their own story. Argentina finished the match with 15 shots on goal compared to England's 5 and controlled 56% of possession, despite the physical, chaotic nature of the first half. Messi himself now sits at the top of the tournament's Golden Boot standings, tied on 8 goals with Kylian Mbappe, but ahead on assists after setting up both of Argentina's goals in this very match. Think about that for a second. A player many assumed has slowed down at this stage of his career just single-handedly dismantled one of the most disciplined defenses left in the tournament without even needing to score himself. That is not luck. That is a footballing brain operating on an entirely different level from everyone else on that pitch. For England, this defeat carries a painful familiarity. This marks yet another major tournament where they have fallen at the semifinal or final stage, following final losses at the last 2 European Championships, and it eerily mirrors their exact 2-1 semifinal exit back in 2018. There is a pattern forming here, one that England's coaching staff will need to confront honestly if they ever want to break through at the very top level. Getting to the Final Four is no longer the problem. Finishing the job is. As for Argentina, they now march on to Sunday's final at the same Atlanta stadium, where they will face Spain, who dismantled France 2-0 just days earlier. Argentina are chasing something no team has managed in over 60 years, becoming back-to-back World Cup champions, a feat that has not been done since Brazil achieved it decades ago. Given how many times this squad has stared elimination in the face this tournament and somehow walked away unscathed, would you honestly bet against them doing it again on Sunday? Drop your prediction in the comments, because we want to know who you think lifts that trophy. And if this breakdown gave you a new way of seeing this match, make sure you are subscribed, because Goal Verdict will be back before the final with a full prediction breaking down exactly how Argentina and Spain match up, position by position. We will see you in the next one.